Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Calvin and I have a really exciting video for you guys today. We're going to be doing a how to submit your cards to PSA. So I'm going to do a step-by-step guide for you, walk you through all the steps that you need to do and show you the entire process. And if you're really enjoying the content, feel free to hit the buttons, like, comment, subscribe. We're on our way to 5,000 and I'd love for you to be a part of that. At the 5,000 mark, we'll do our next giveaway for the channel. So stay tuned for that. And without further ado, let's get into the video. Boom. Okay, first thing you want to do is just get the cards together that you want to submit to PSA. So we have those here. And after we get all of the cards together, we have to go to PSA's website and we're going to have to make an account. So if you don't have an account with them, that's the first thing we're going to have to do. So I'll show you where to find that at. There are different membership options that you have. They have a silver option and a gold membership option, but you have to sign up for one of those in order to be eligible to submit your cards. Once you do that, then you can start selecting the cards that you have, and that'll basically tell PSA, hey, I want to grade this card from this set, and it's this card. Because sometimes there's different variants. There's an English option, Spanish option, French option, etc. And so that way it'll clarify it for them. And sometimes if there's a mistake, they'll usually catch it. Not 100%, but usually sometimes they'll go ahead and catch it and correct it for you if you may have put it in incorrectly. So don't worry about that. And then the next thing we'll do is we'll get the packing list. PSA will provide the packing list for you. And once we have that packing list, we put that in with the cards that we're going to submit, and that way it'll be all the information on their site for what they need. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is join the Collectors Club. There's two different options. You can pick the standard option or the premium option. The difference is they offer you a $125 to spend on Fanatics Live. If you don't use Fanatics Live, I wouldn't worry about that, and I would just go with the standard. So once you signed up and you selected the option you want to go with, then we can start submitting our cards. Okay, so then we'll go to submit and hit start. All right, so the first thing you want to do is we'll do a new submission. You want to select which option you have, whether you're doing trading cards, oversized cards, tickets, etc. So for this purposes, we're going to be doing trading cards, and we're going to hit select and continue. The next option is going to give you the opportunity if you want to grade and have it autographed, have an autograph authenticated, or if you want to have it graded and autograph authenticated. So we're just going to do grading for right now. And there's a few different promotions. During the month of October, they offer a $13.99 grading promotion. You have to send a minimum of the maximum declared value has to be $150. This is raw. And then you just select continue. Normally it's $14.99 though. And then we get into the part where we start selecting the cards that we have. Okay, so for this particular submission, we're going to be sending in about 36 cards, and it's very important that the cards you send in are in the same exact order when you place them in the box. So the first card that you have listed needs to be the first card that they see when they open the box up. So our first card is going to be the Kingdra EX, and then after this I'll kind of speed it up. That way you guys don't have to sit here and watch all of this. So the first card we're going to list is the Kingdra EX, and then we'll go in order, and then I'll also package them in the same order that I want to list them. Okay, once you have all the cards selected, you're going to proceed to checkout. Here, you will have to put in a debit or credit card. They do not charge you until it is fully graded. So you won't be charged until you actually get it graded. So keep that in mind. You can have it sent to the vault or shipped back to yourself. I need to blur this part out. But after that, then you can be on your way to the next sheet. Okay, next it'll give you an option to review your submission. So make sure the amount of cards you're sending matches up with the amount of cards you got submitted. Make sure the actual cards you are submitting matches up with the cards you've submitted. And then after everything looks good, you're going to hit place order. Okay, next you're going to have to print out a few different documents. So what I like to do is just go to print submission forms and label, and I'll print one whole copy, and then I'll go to print again, and then I'll only print the first page 2 more times, and I'll show you why I do that in a second. Okay, and then next we want to make sure we grab, whoever you're sending it with, grab the appropriate P.O. box for them. I'm going to be shipping it off with USPS, and so I'll grab the USPS post office box for them, 6180 in Newport Beach. Okay, so the next part of this video is where arts and crafts comes in. I'm going to recommend painter's tape, scissors, cardboard, and sticky notes are optional. Pen to write on sticky notes. And of course, the cards we are sending. Okay, so for the cardboard, I usually recommend cutting them. That way they are long enough and wide enough to cover the card. That way they don't get damaged. All right, let's go through this. Okay, so this is going to be for me personally. Some people may do it different. I usually batch my cards 20 at a time. So I'll grab the first 20. Got 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Also keeping in mind, the cards that I just grabbed are in order of how I submitted them on the form. Okay. These are the first cards that I submitted. These are the first cards that PSA needs to see when they open it up. I'm going to put one piece of cardboard behind them, like so. And then I'm going to take the other piece of cardboard and put that in front of them, like so, making a sandwich. Okay, next part we're going to do. Some people use rubber bands. I don't like to use rubber bands. That's why we're using painter's tape. Rubber bands can sometimes, if they're too tight, damage the cards. Painter's tape, you don't have that problem. We're going to use 4 pieces of painter's tape along each side here, just to make sure they're good and secure. Keeps them from moving around, make sure they don't go anywhere. Okay, one side, and then I'll also remember which side is up, which side is down. That way they will know when they're opening where to start, where to end. Okay. Painter's tape is very forgiving. Doesn't really stick too bad. So this is the up side, FYI. So I'm going to make sure I keep that in mind. And then we're going to basically just secure all the cards. Boom. Okay. And then we'll do the same thing with top and bottom. So this is the arts and crafts part. This probably is the part that scares a lot of people off. Understandably so, but once you get the hang of it, it's actually pretty fun to do. Alright, so top part is secure, and then I'll just kind of slide them down just a little bit, make a little room, and then boom, we'll tape the bottom part. First 20 cards are secured. Voila. Okay, so cards are secure, not going anywhere. They shouldn't move around very much. We'll also bundle these in some bubble wrap, and then I'll show you what box I'll put these in. Okay, so next part is optional. I usually like to write 1 through 20, and this side up. That way the graders know these are the first 20 cards, and then this is where they start. Boom. Okay, and then rinse and repeat for however many cards you're sending. If you're doing 60, you'll do this 3 times, 80, 4 times. Since we're only doing 35, we'll do this twice. So 1 piece of cardboard for the back of the cards, 1 piece of cardboard for the front, and we just make a sandwich. All right, give me a second and then I'll show you the next steps. Okay, so second batch is done, taped up all sides, this side up, 21 through 35 for this batch. Next thing we're going to need a box to send them in. So on this box, before we put them in the box, we are going to lay some bubble wrap down. This will help insulate them from any damage if they get jostled around. Okay, so here we're going to do 2 things. I'll put 1 layer in here just as an insulation, a little cushion, and then I'm also going to wrap the cards themselves in bubble wrap too, and then I'll place them in the box. Okay, and this hobby, bubble wrap is your friend. So if you're going to be grading a lot of cards, I would recommend buying some bubble wrap. That way you can easily do this process. You don't have to go to the store. You already have everything there. Okay, so you just want to make sure the cards are tucked in nice and securely, and we're almost done. So we have a couple more steps. So cards are packaged away. Next thing we need to do is grab the papers that we printed out. The first part here needs to go on the actual box. That's why we printed out 2 extra ones. I like to make sure we at least have 3 on there, so that way it's hard to miss. And then the next part, we're going to take the next 2 pages. This is going to be the PSA copy number 1. You'll need to sign at the bottom of the second sheet that says PSA copy number 1. So first sheet will have the submission number. Second sheet will have the I have read it and agreed. So sign on that one. I'll do that real quick, because we're going to be sending these to PSA as well. Okay, so that one's signed, and then we're going to have to do that one more time. The next one is going to be the PSA copy number 2. So this one, I have read and agreed. We're going to take that, and then it'll be the customer number and the submission for the following consecutive pages. So this one is going to be PSA copy number 2, PSA item list, and the description of your items with the value. So make sure all those pages are together. Depending on how many cards you're submitting, the amount will vary, but you're going to be sending them 2 different pieces of copies of paper. So this section and then this section. All right, try not to reveal any personal information, so sorry. Okay, let's see how good I did. I might have to edit some of that out. And we're going to put that in the box with it. So this is the sheet that PSA uses, kind of like the manifest sheet, if you will. Okay, so all that's done. Now we can start taping this baby back up, get it sealed, and then get ready for delivery. Okay, the last couple things you're going to do, just make sure you take the little shipping label that you printed out, and you're going to tape it to the box. Again, we printed out 3, so that way they can get majority of each side, only one side missing, but I think they can figure it out from there. And then the last thing we're gonna do is just put the shipping label on it and then send it off. And so I put that there. So we got that, boom. And then I'll put my return address on the top part in just a minute. But that's it. So you got it packaged, you got it all put together, you got it ready to ship out. Now, if you stuck around this long, I'll give you a little bit of tidbit advice. I typically like to get extra insurance when you're sending cards because you want to at least make sure you have enough insurance to cover however much the cards are worth when you're sending them. So try to get extra insurance. It's not very expensive, but if they ever lose them or if they get damaged or anything like that, you'll be covered and you won't be out of the cost of your cards too. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching today. Hopefully this was really informative. I had a ton of questions on how to do this, so hopefully this was a very clear, precise process, and I kind of gave you all the tools and materials that you needed to get your cards in the PSA. If you've enjoyed the video, please hit the buttons, like, comment, subscribe. We'd love to have you on as part of the channel. And then again, we're on our way to 5,000 subscribers, and at which point we'll do the next giveaway. So I'd love to have you there to be a part of that. Thank you again. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.